always had a hard time communicating. It's not that he hears what he wants to hear. Really, he just doesn't hear much of anything. Most days, I think his favorite word is what. When he was just 11 years old, he had tubes put in his ears to improve his hearing, but it was not a permanent solution. At 41 years old, he had surgery on his right ear to fix the problem. Now, 10 years later, he needs surgery on his left ear as well.
There's no way I'd hear anything if I put the phone up to my left ear, so you gotta use my right ear to listen from. And if I'm sitting in a booth with people, with my wife, I gotta have her on my right side so that I can hear what she's saying.
I feel bad saying it, but sometimes I think what he hears from his family most often would be never mind, because we'll repeat things, and that's got to be frustrating for him, and it is frustrating for us. So it'll be really nice for him to just be able to hear like the rest of us, and quite a switch, I think, in how we all communicate.
I miss out on some of the words and when somebody's talking, the sentences, and I don't hear the complete sentence, so I'm saying what all the time, and people think that I'm just not paying attention. You just got to compensate the hear out of your right ear and twist to the side you want to hear from. My right side's the only one I can hear out of, so I got to turn to the right if I want to hear it. There's two ways I can have this problem solved. One is with a hearing aid, and the other is with surgery. I had it done on my right ear, and it worked so well, I decided to do it with my left ear rather than having to take a hearing aid and put it in and out every day. It's kind of like LASIK surgery on your eyes. If you can fix the problem, why not fix it instead of having to wear glasses? I'm most looking forward to hearing my cat purr in my left ear. When I had my surgery done in my right ear years ago, that's what I was looking forward to, because it seems like it's such a soft sound that it should be hard to hear, but I know if I can hear that low of a soft purr, then I'm hearing really good.
Temperatures tonight, the Giants on top 7-0 as Times sends it down to Randall Cobb from 2 yards in.
So today we looking down through his ear canal with a microscope, lifted up the eardrum like a trap door, and that lets us look into where the bones of hearing are. And then we take out the top part of the third bone of hearing, and that lets us then see the bottom part, which is the fixed part, the part that won't move. We take a laser, and we make a small opening in the bottom of the third bone of hearing. And then we take a prosthesis. We're essentially replacing the third bone of hearing. So the prosthesis has a little wire loop, like a hook, like a coat hanger hook. We hook that on the second bone of hearing, and we drop the piston-shaped part down through the third bone of hearing. And then we take the laser again and we zap the wire, and the wire has it's a shape memory prosthesis. So it's manufactured in an open position, and then when we hit it with the laser, it closes around the incus. So we zap it, it loops around the incus and has a nice tight fit. So then sound will now go, hit the eardrum, it'll vibrate through the first bone of hearing, the second bone of hearing, through the wire and the piston, and vibrate the fluids in the inner ear, and he can hear again.
Really didn't hear nothing right out of surgery. We went to eat at a restaurant, and I was sitting there, and all of a sudden I did hear something out of my left ear, and I said, wow. I heard some talking. I couldn't tell where it was from, but I think it was the lady behind me. And right now my ear's plugged up from all the blood, so I feel like I got pressure in my ear. I think I can hear something, but it sounds like a speaker being blown where there's a little crackling, but it ain't really a sound yet. But there is something coming in my ear, but as soon as this scab of blood gets out of my ear, I hope it's like a new person.
Happy birthday, dear Tony. Happy birthday to you.
Last night was when I think I got the best sound. I don't know if it was misstepping off that step ladder and jarred the packing loose or what, but yeah, I laying on the couch and I could hear TV real good. It sounded like stereo instead of half of my head. It sounded like the whole head was hearing it finally.
Mike, you're not going to believe you didn't do it sooner, actually.
It brought a smile to my face and almost a tear to my eye to hear my baby. Well, it did.
So, sitting down to dinner tonight, how is it different than a month ago?
Well, when I get in a restaurant with a group of people of 100 or so and everybody's talking, it's just one big jumble coming in. My right ear was trying to pull it all in and I could never hear it while it was coming from the left side. And now tonight at dinner, I could hear people talking on the right, and then when my wife said something on the left of me, I could hear her and understand she was talking to my father-in-law or my son.
Not just having the show. Now I got to place the orders and figure out who. I'm like, Let's just do this.
Huh? What'd you say? Remember the days?
You want to do?
It's only been 2 weeks since my surgery, and I'm hearing stuff out of my left ear now. I'm looking forward to 3 months down the road when I get the full effects of the surgery that was done to my ear, where I can hear everything.